Okay guys, I'm here for another retro review. This is the final retro review for the month of September. And today we are revisiting our good friends at the WWE during the Attitude Era, its most profitable era. And today I'm reviewing Unforgiven 1999. Yes, I probably should have done this and then No Mercy 99, since chronologically they're like that, but I chose to look at Unforgiven 99 after No Mercy 99 because I wanted to do No Mercy 99 because of the historic match on it that everyone seems to remember from it. Unforgiven 99 is the opposite. There's nothing this show is known or remembered. Well, there's one thing this show is remembered for, but it's a very bad match idea more than anything else, because nothing else on this show is remotely remembered. So, Unforgiven 1999 took place September the 26th, 1999, from the Charlotte Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. There are 9 matches on this show, so the show will have a maximum star rating of 45. Our opening contest is Val Venis taking on the Lethal Weapon Steve Blackman. It's one of those matches that isn't really good, but it's not bad enough to where it got half a star or no. It's a 1-star match. Val wins after a DDT followed by the money shot, and then Blackman cracks a kendo stick over his head. And that's pretty much the match. Other than the WWE head of security taking down Blackman after the match, there's not a lot that happened in this match, which is a theme of this show. Like I said, 1 star. So then we get a WWE European Championship match. Mark Henry versus D'Lo Brown. Story behind this match was at SummerSlam, Mark Henry had turned on D'Lo Brown for some idiotic reason, as D'Lo Brown was trying to get him healthy after his blood pressure reached stroke stage. So at SummerSlam, Mark Henry turns on D'Lo Brown for what is really an illogical reason. Now, prior to this match, Mark Henry, I guess, makes a pass or something at Lilian Garcia, and she slaps him. So Mark Henry comes out and says there's not going to be a European Championship match because he has suffered a brain aneurysm or something. Basically, he was trying to weasel out of the match. And then D'Lo Brown didn't let him, and they have a fight. And they have a match. With the head scab. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention this. There's scab referees refereeing each of these matches because the normal referees are on strike. Why are the normal referees on strike? Well, the normal referees are on strike because of hazardous or unsafe working environments have become unsafe or something. It's one of those stories that make no sense in wrestling because you're a wrestling referee. You're probably going to be in the line of fire a lot anyway. And on top of that, prior to this, a lot of people were attacking referees and they never went on strike. It was just a really stupid idea. So anyway, we have scab referees refereeing this pay-per-view. 3 of them. Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler, Harvey Whippleman, and Tom Pritchard, who's the head scab referee, who's refereeing this match. I don't know how Tom Pritchard got to be head scab referee, since the Brooklyn Brawler had been there longer, but hey, what do I know? Finish for the Mark Henry D'Lo Brown match. Mark Henry's on the second rope. He's doing the D'Lo Brown head flippy thing. D'Lo catches him with a running power bomb, and then he hits the low down to get the win. Okay match. 2 stars. Better than it probably could have been, or should have been, but 2 stars. Okay. So then we get the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Jeff Jarrett versus Chyna in their first meeting, which is actually a much better match than its actual, than the Good Housekeeping match. Because the Good Housekeeping match at No Mercy, while is more of a while is the more remembered match because it's where Chyna won the IC title. It's basically a generic weapon spot match that happens generally in matches that involve stipulations where weapons are allowed to be used in the match. Excuse me. Now, like I said, this is the better actual match from an actual match standpoint. Harvey Whippleman is our scab referee in this match. At one point, China goes to pedigree Jarrett. Jarrett knocks her into Harvey Whippleman and all that. And then at that point, Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young show up. And they start beating up Jeff Jarrett. And Jarrett eventually hits a double clothesline on him that kicks him out of the ring. He goes to put a figure 4 on China. Deborah comes in, hits Jeff Jarrett with the guitar. And then China covers Jarrett, and Harvey Whippleman makes the 3. But before China can be announced as the winner, here comes head scab referee Tom Pritchard out, who shows Harvey Whippleman Deborah cracking Jarrett with a guitar, which gets the DQ on China. That finish actually makes sense from a practicality standpoint, because number 1, it does continue the rivalry, and number 2, it shows how inexperienced these scabs are, because China did not actually, and by the way, these scabs also have some really dumb calls, because earlier in this match, China hit Jarrett with a chair right in front of Harvey Whippleman, and Whippleman, I guess his glasses were foggy or something, because he didn't ring the bell despite a chair shot being used right in front of him. I get that these are scab referees, meaning that they're crossing a picket line, they're not used to refereeing matches. But it just, you know, and it's like I said, the setup, this allowed the feud between Jarrett and China to continue, and it also led to the whole thing of, basically, Jeff Jarrett and Tom Pritchard took on China and Deborah in a tag on Raw. It set that up too. I do think the finish is makes a little bit more sense than what they did in the Good Housekeeping match, because both those finishes don't make any sense in that match. But 2 stars. So then we get the Acolytes versus the Dudley Boyz in a very, very boring tag team match. It's half a star. Stevie Richards eventually comes in, dresses an Acolyte, super kicks one of the Dudleys, I think it's Devon, and then the Acolytes get the win and they beat up Stevie Richards. Half a star. So then we get a hardcore match for the WWE Women's Championship that technically the bell never rings in, because it never makes it to the ring to ring. It's a hardcore match for the Women's Championship. It's Ivory versus Luna, and it takes place completely in the back. Because Ivory jumps Luna as she's walking to the ring, and the match just starts. There's a vertical pin there. This is a half a star match. Eventually, Ivory just hits Luna with a pipe and wins the match. And then gets in the face of the Fabulous Moolah and all that, which led to Ivory and Moolah at No Mercy. Like I said, half a star. Not a good match. Not a good match. And this would be the last hardcore kind of match. This would be the last hardcore match for the Women's Championship that WWE would sanction until Survivor Series 2002, when Trish Stratus took on Victoria for the Women's Championship. So, half a star. So then we get the WWE Tag Team Championship match. The New Age Outlaws versus Edge and Christian in a 2.5-star tag match. Very good tag match. In fact, out of all the matches, it's the best match out of all of them at this point of the pay-per-view. It's a generic tag match with Edge and Christian working heel and the New Age Outlaws working face. This is also the first tag match back for the New Age Outlaws for quite a while. They had defeated the Rock and Sock Connection on the prior SmackDown, and this match was made on Heat, so both teams had around an hour to prepare for the match. Like I said, it's a good match. It's 2.5 stars. Eventually, the Brood, Gangrel, and the Hardys show up. They take Christian out. Jeff hits a missile dropkick from the top, and on Edge, and as Edge is getting up, Billy Gunn hits the Famouser and retains the titles for the New Age Outlaws, who would lose the titles to the Rock and Sock Connection right before No Mercy, and then win them back shortly after No Mercy. So, yeah, 2.5 stars. okay match. Like I said, up to this point, the best match on the card. So then we get the match that everyone knows took place at this event. This is the match that this event is memorable for. While No Mercy 99 is remembered for a fairly good match, Unforgiven 99 is remembered as being where this particular match took place, and it's the worst idea the WWE probably had that I'm sure they thought in theory would work, given the storyline. And it's the Kennel from Hell match for the WWE Hardcore Championship. What is the Kennel from Hell match? Well, you take the old blue cage, you put that up, and then you drop the Hell in a Cell over it. You surround it by Rottweilers. Rottweiler dogs. And to win the match, you have to escape both cages. And this match is Al Snow versus the Big Boss Man. This was because the Big Boss Man had stolen Al Snow's pet dog, Pepper, cooked him up and ate Pepper, and forced Al Snow to eat Pepper, so Al Snow came up with this match. This match is not good. It's not good, and on top of that, the WWE probably were trying to think that these dogs were trained to not attack humans, but Rottweilers are not the easiest dogs in the world to train with that, and with vicious dogs, you should probably avoid using really vicious dogs in wrestling, which is another reason this match doesn't work, because both Al Snow and the Big Boss Man have to literally run to escape those dogs. Because those dogs were apparently not trained to not go after the you know. And the whole concept of this whole match is they're to try to scare off the people from trying to escape or something. I don't even know why these dogs are here. Because they don't favor one guy or the other, which I guess is why they're there. But they also would basically make it to where this match could essentially end up being unwinnable. If you look at it that way. Al Snow eventually wins by escaping both cages and just sprinting. Now, Boss Man did the smartest thing by trying to go over the top of the cell by cutting a hole through it, and that way he doesn't have to do with the dogs at all. And then the dogs actually chased Boss Man anyway. So, yeah, that's why you should not use vicious dogs like Rottweilers around. No stars. This match isn't offensive, but it is a very, very, very bad idea for a match. So no stars. So then we get X-Pac versus Chris Jericho in the best match on this show. It's a 3-star match, verging on 3.5, but we got a DQ finish, and normally those lead to continuing the rivalry. But in this case, Jericho went right into a feud of China afterward, and X-Pac, well, he went into a feud of Kane. So this match was really, so this finish became pointless. Therefore, you should have had one guy or the other win in a deciding fashion by pinfall or submission. This was supposed to be Chris Jericho versus Ken Shamrock, but Shamrock, I think, left or something right after the previous SmackDown, so X-Pac took his place. I know that Shamrock was never seen again after this in the WWE, so I don't really know the whole story. I just know that Shamrock was not seen after that SmackDown in the WWE ever again. And the finish comes, Curtis Hughes comes in and attacks Head Scab referee Tom Pritchard, who rings the bell, and that forces the disqualification of Chris Jericho. And then Road Dogg makes the save and all that. So then we get the main event of this show. The first ever 6-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. Triple H, British Bulldog, Mankind, The Rock, Kane, and The Big Show, with Stone Cold Steve Austin as the special enforcer. This match is coming about because due to Triple H abusing Linda McMahon or bullying Linda McMahon and all that, he eventually challenged Vince McMahon to a WWE Championship match a couple weeks prior on SmackDown. I think it was 8 days prior on SmackDown, on the 18th of the month of September, for the WWE Championship. And Vince actually won the match and became the WWE Champion, but he was also not allowed to be in WWE affairs because of the whole situation in the ladder match from King of the Ring 99 or something like that. So when he won the title, he had to forfeit it, and Austin chose to reinstate McMahon if McMahon gave him a championship shot against the winner of the match if McMahon did, and he also made Austin the special enforcer in this six-pack challenge. Now, the six-pack challenge was also supposed to involve The Undertaker, but on the SmackDown prior to this, The Undertaker just he just left the building and disappeared until Judgment Day of 2000. I think he was a little bit frustrated with the WWE and left in protest, but I can't confirm if that's true. I don't really know the whole story behind it, or remember the whole story. I just know The Undertaker left and was not seen until Judgment Day of 2000. So the British Bulldog took his place. And there's actually a referee, an actual referee, Jim Corderas, refereeing this match because he had crossed the picket line. Because the normal referees were on strike, which brings up another thing. I don't even think legally the referees would be allowed to strike because they don't have a union. Normally strikes are about unions, and nothing in the WWE is allowed to unionize. Wrestlers aren't allowed to unionize, and I don't think referees are. At least in the WWE, so I never got this whole idea of this strike, especially because since they're wrestling referees, it doesn't even make any sense. So, this match starts with a Rock and the British Bulldog because it was supposed to start with British Bulldog and Triple H, but because of what happened on the SmackDown prior to this, you know, Vince allowed Rock to start with Bulldog. And essentially, two guys start in the ring, and then you can tag in anyone you want to. And that's how this match works. And eventually, there's a spot where Big Show chokeslams Mankind, because they're the two legal guys in the ring. And is about to win the title, but the striking referees who had came out pull Jim Corderas out, and they start beating up Jim Corderas for crossing the picket line. So they start beating up Corderas, but since Corderas is the referee, there can't be a victor if the referees are beating up Corderas, who's one of their own. So that makes Austin then beat up the other referees. So then Austin makes the count, gets a 2 count when The Rock pins Triple H off the people's elbow or something. Then Bulldog gets a chair, hits Rock with it. Austin gets a chair from Bulldog. Triple H pedigrees Rock. Austin hesitates for about 1 second, but then he counts the 3 for Triple H, making him a 2-time WWE champion. This match is 2.5 stars. And honestly, it broke down to the traditional form of matches like this, where it's a finisher fest and a lot of different things. The striking referees beating up Corderas. I don't get what that was. I mean, people cross the picket line all the time to do shopping or whatnot. When I've seen, like, when grocery store clerks strike or stuff like that. But they don't beat up the person who crosses the picket line. Because also, I guess in the case of Corderas, he had just got married, so he was doing this because, you know, that's not the best way to start off a married life, is not having a paycheck for something. So it kind of, you know, and on top of that, the striking referee thing, I think, was dropped. It was dropped by No Mercy anyway. I don't even remember how they fixed it. Nor do I really care, because I always thought it was stupid. So, out of a possible 45, I gave that match 2.5 stars, this X-Pac challenge. So, out of a total 45 stars, this show gets 14. That's not even good enough for a C-, because to get a C-, it would have to be at least 17.5 to 18, since half of 45 is 22.5. So, what it gets is a D+. So this show gets a D+. This show is not good. At all. So No Mercy 99 is the better show to watch out of these two. If you're going to watch both of them, No Mercy 99 is the better show because it at least has 2 good matches on it. The ladder match and the WWE Championship match was also fairly good. This show, there's no real reason to watch it, unless you just want to say you've seen every WWE pay-per-view, since the WWE Network will let you do that now. There's no real reason to watch this show. So, if you like this will be in my Retro Wrestling Review playlist. I'm hoping to start WCW Tour tomorrow, but if not, I'll start it on Saturday. If you like the video, like button is down there, subscribe button is down there, and thank you for watching. Bye.